Hello people and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deep Roy Chaudhary and I'm just a normal guy who talks about stuff that seems interesting and important to me. And today I'm going to talk about a simple question, or try to answer a simple question. Should you be using Chinese smartphones and Chinese apps? If you ask me, each and every government can force the companies within their jurisdiction to hand over the personal data of users for any purpose. I mean, if you are worried about the surveillance state, literally every country in this world is becoming a form of a surveillance state. Every country is spying on its own citizens, and there are surveillance cameras everywhere. And even companies like even American companies. I'm not going to take any names right now, but even American companies can be, I think, can be forced to hand over the personal data of users for quote unquote national security purposes. Sounds familiar? So the Chinese can do the same things, but China is a communist one-party dictatorship. America is not. America is a democracy, at least. Yeah, America is a democracy. Of course, there are flaws in every democracy. The same thing. There are flaws in American democracy. There are flaws in Indian democracy. There are flaws in each and every country that is out there. Each and every democratic country that is out there. But if you are unlawfully spied upon by any intelligence agency in a democratic country, you have a legal recourse that you can take. You can try to fight a case. I think, again, I'm not a legal expert, but I think you can try to fight a case that you were unlawfully spied upon, and you can try to get some justice in the judicial system in various democratic countries. But in the case of China is a one-party communist dictatorship. So it doesn't matter. Literally, it doesn't matter what the average citizen wants. At the end of the day, whatever the Chinese Communist Party says is the law. So if you try to question that, I don't think even the judicial process in China can give you any justice if you try to take up any matter that you were unlawfully spied upon by the Chinese government or the Chinese military or whatever in a court in China. That is definitely not going to work. So again, you can get spied upon by any government. At the end of the day, smartphones are just so vulnerable. Literally any digital device in this world is so vulnerable. Some people say that if you use some kind of a special kind of operating system that are specifically built for privacy, maybe you would be able to keep your personal data much more secure. But what if these so-called operating systems, these custom ROMs or these custom Linux distros that are available on laptops, what if even those so-called privacy-friendly operating systems have certain backdoors that are built upon, that have been built so that various governments around the world can exploit those backdoors and can basically get your personal data? Even those so-called programs, operating systems, custom ROMs, custom Android versions, who claim to be privacy friendly, even those customized operating systems can have certain backdoors that you do not know about. At the end of the day, if an intelligence agency wants to go through your personal data, I think there's not a lot that you can do other than stop using any digital device in the first place. But even then, I mean, once you get out of the house, literally you're surrounded by cameras. So, but yeah, China takes it to a whole another level. I mean, China is a dictatorship, is a communist superstate. So yeah, China is a different example altogether. But should you boycott Chinese smartphones because of that? I guess that if you, I am in the favor. I am of the opinion that various democratic countries need to decrease their dependence on China, need to decrease their reliance on China on getting various products manufactured. If you want to manufacture various products at a cheap cost, look to other countries. shift your manufacturing units or but your factories to other countries like Vietnam, Thailand, India, Bangladesh. I think even Sri Lanka is pretty good, or other countries where the labor costs are pretty cheap, and if they can offer you a product, if they can make a quality product at a cheaper cost, why not go for countries like Thailand, like Malaysia, like Indonesia, like India, like all these countries in Southeast Asia and India. So these countries, in my opinion, would be a better alternative for various companies around the world, as far as moving their factories and the manufacturing units are concerned, so that countries around the world would be able to decrease their reliance on a nation like China, which is a communist one-party dictatorship and which is kind of flexing its muscles around the world. So, my opinion, we should boycott. We should stop using Chinese smartphones and Chinese apps, so that we ordinary people can also decrease our reliance on Chinese companies. More on this in the next video. Until the next video, please consider liking this video, please consider sharing this video with your friends and acquaintances, please consider subscribing to my channel, and until the next video, stay safe, goodbye, and God bless you.